number 11 Notre Dame at number 17 Duke. Riley Leonard, the quarterback of Duke, is ready for his close-up. Or more specifically, he better be. Right? Game Day is on campus. Ken Jeong is on campus. Many of you remember him from his star turn in The Hangover as Leslie Chow, or the host of The Masked Singer. Judge on The Masked Singer. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish are in town. Pat McAfee, as I mentioned, on campus. It's a nationally televised game on ABC at 7:30. There will be a bunch of NFL scouts in attendance. Our guy Graham will be in attendance. Dennis will be there trying to wave the Washington State flag for game day.
My skin's itching, Tim. You're ready to have me run through a brick wall. I'm ready to go.
This is a big thing, right? This is a spectacle. This is everybody's on campus, and guess what? They're all there to see Riley Leonard, right? They're all there because Duke football's turned it around. They're all there because Duke football's ranked. And where does every football team start? Where's the most valuable? It's the quarterback. That's pressure. Here's Riley Leonard on how he does not get overwhelmed with all the expectations.
Yeah, I think it's important to take it in because this is what we dream of our entire lives. So whenever we have this atmosphere and all this attention around us, it's important to, appreciate it. I don't want this time to pass by and me look back and think I was just so focused and so drilled in on just the game, all throughout the week. I think now that we have this opportunity, we're not going to take it for granted. But at the same time, you got to lock in. So with all this attention and everything going around, it's super important. And Coach Elko does a great job of keeping us down to earth. We haven't really done much yet. Obviously, the Clemson win was great, but our goal is, are to win the ACC championship and then a national championship. And we're far from that. So it's important to, live in the moment, but also realize, we haven't really done too much.
You see that little ember of hype? That little, little coal, little burning ember. I think he just threw gasoline on it. Did he say the words national championship as a Duke football player?
Did he also say we haven't done too much yet?
I mean, there was very little tamping down, but I also, and correct me if I'm wrong, you can disagree with me, I felt a little nervous energy, right? I felt a little, I'm going to talk, and then, oh, yeah, this, I'm going to talk, and then, oh, but we haven't done anything, but we have high, but. This is the first time where this much hype, this many eyeballs will be on Duke, and they were squarely focused, lasered in on Riley Leonard from the jump. Last time against Clemson, it was a big game. It was a fun game. It was a night game. It was at home. It was a top opponent. It was all of those things. But outside of the cocoons of sports nerds and the little domes of ACC world, the sports world, didn't really know that they should focus on Riley Leonard until he was streaking down the sideline and outrunning corners on his way to the end zone.
This is also a chance for Riley Leonard. Carolina fans are going to get upset with me saying this, but yeah, Drake May's in the Heisman contender, right? This is Riley Leonard's time to insert himself into the Heisman race, playing on a national stage tomorrow night against Notre Dame.
It is that and also the exact opposite of that. This is the close-up. You play well, you win the game, you do something crazy, you have another 45, 60, 70, whatever touchdown run where you're bouncing off defenders. Exactly what Graham said is possible. You wet the bed, you throw 2 picks in the first quarter, it can do the exact opposite, right? It can take all of this positive momentum that he's been building up, all of this climbing up draft boards that he's been doing, and it can really throw a wet blanket on those. Right? This is the hype. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is, you are no longer the huntee, you are no longer the hunter, you are the huntee. Now everybody is coming at you because you're the guy with the hype. You are higher on draft boards than Sam Hartman. Sam Hartman's coming to town as a full-fledged college football star, and you are the one getting more of the NFL buzz.
College football grandfather, really.
True. Star of yesteryear.
Does he have gray hair yet?
He has a lot of hair. He's got the full mop up top, the beard. He's pulling it off, trying to at least. And now it gets even more high stakes. On the Pat McAfee show, Pat McAfee notices that Riley Leonard is wearing a Duke's Children's Hospital sweatshirt, little hoodie, and this is what McAfee had to say.
I love your shirt here. This is local Children's Hospital?
Yes, sir. People that are really important on this campus. The Duke Children's Hospital, Coach Elko's wife, Miss Michelle, takes us over there. So we were able to go this week, meet some of those kids. And our strength coach, Coach Jacobs, his son, Fitz, his life was saved by the Duke Children's Hospital. So I always try to shout them out and show them our support.
All right. You guys win tomorrow. We'll donate $100,000 to the Duke Children's Hospital in your name.
Yes,
all
sir,
right.
I appreciate
We
it.
appreciate the hell out of you. Ladies and gentlemen, Riley Leonard.
You thought the pressure was on because of the hype, because of the NFL scouts, because of all the television cameras. Now, if you lose, the kids don't get $100,000.
Oh, come on, Tim.
That's messed up on Pat McAfee's side.
Okay,
you put $100,000 to the kids on Riley Leonard's shoulders. If you win, we'll donate the $100,000 to the Duke's Children's Hospital out there trying to save lives. You lose. Sorry, kids, I got nothing for you. It's messed up on Pat McAfee's side.
Yeah, when you first hear it, you're like, let's go. What a great guy, Pat McAfee. And I'm not saying he meant it with any ill intentions, but now it's like, uh-oh. Like you said, if Riley Leonard throws 2 interceptions in the first quarter, you're sitting there scratching your head a little bit.
Nurses and doctors now, big Duke fans. Here, it's like if you ever watch, I don't know, Celebrity Family Feud or anything, there's always like $10,000 to the charity of the losers because they understand you can't be there like, we're playing for the Boys and Girls Club and then send them home with nothing. Pat McAfee hasn't worked all that out yet. From an X's and O's standpoint, through this far in the season, 7 sacks for Notre Dame, that's not that many. Right? They don't get after the quarterback in the way some other teams in the ACC do, or at least they haven't been able to as of yet. So Riley Leonard, I just want to make sure he doesn't get a little happy feet, right? He really, for all of his effectiveness through the air, the biggest plays he's made this season have been on the ground. They've been when he's tucked it and run. If you have time to sit back there, wait for Calhoun to break open or whoever it is, sit back there and wait for guys to break open, right? Don't think, oh, against this other team, I had to run for 97 yards, run for 98 yards, run for a couple touchdowns. Against Notre Dame, you might actually have a little bit more time, especially if your offensive line, which does have a couple hype beasts up there, some guys that with more NFL potential. If your offensive line holds their own, and then on the other side, it's strength versus strength. I love, and I've said this from the beginning of the season, so I feel comfortable not acting like a bandwagoner. I love Duke's defensive line. Carter, Franklin, they've got some dogs up there. I didn't say this at the beginning of the season because everybody else said it for me. Notre Dame has a very good offensive line, right? Alt is going to be one of the top tackles off the board in the NFL draft. So strength versus strength, as I describe it, when you have a good defensive line against a good offensive line, that's two grizzlies in the woods fighting over salmon, right? They're going to maul each other. And if you are a specific type of football fan, that's going to be very fun for you. And I am that specific type of football fan. I am a very specific type of football fan. And I like the Grizzlies fighting in the salmon waters.